Here's the former Auburn kicker, Daniel Carlson, to get this one started. And we are underway at field. He leaps over him. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
As the excitement continues to swirl after that return, if I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm thinking about keeping that excitement going. Already in scoring position, I've got to take some shots at the end zone right now.
So here are the 49ers and their offense in great field position already. They'll be led out by the MVP of the national.
Start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly, you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards there and a first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Dancing to his left. And it's caught. Touchdown! George Kittle from 19 yards away. And the Niners need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Let's make no bones about it. On paper, they're the better team. They're at home. That's a strong opening drive.
And just think how many times we've seen this type of a matchup. Just what you said. Better team at home should steamroll them. And we've seen it go the other way. Sometimes, though, they buy into it and understand we are the better team. Let's go out and prove it right now.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They're sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
First carry now for Alexander Madison. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. 3rd down and 13. To throw here, O'Connell. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. And taken right at the 35. Strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Hey, rookie, that's the way to make an impression. Return one for a touchdown.
Yeah, welcome to the party. We saw him fielding those punts before the game, and it just had a little bit of a look in his eye, didn't he?
He did. He was a confident young man, and now we know why.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here as they come up on first down. there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Off the play fake. O'Connell. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. To throw, it's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. C.D. Lamb, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, they can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. The field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. Throwing now is Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass down.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. Being chased out left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Flushed out right. A big chunk of real estate covered on the scramble, but it will be 3rd and goal. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Barkley is in. Touchdown, 49ers. Boy, CD, what a start for them. Still in the first quarter. They're absolutely blitzing them. All the points that they put up, I'm not sure what you say on the other sideline right now.
I think it's as simple as this, partner. The way that they're playing, there's no limits on what this lead could become.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the route is on here in this first half. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And he returns this to the 22. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2nd down and 8. Now it's O'Connell. Under pressure, and down he goes. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
Well, 2 snaps ago, I don't think anyone thought a safety was on the table, yet it happened. They cut about back-to-back plays breaking through the line. No amount of evading was going to save him from a sack on either play. And on the last one, he ran too deep into the end zone to set up the safety.
But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the 49ers extend their lead yet again. So how about the game he's having? He had the punt return earlier for a touchdown. Now the kick return to balance things out.
And oftentimes, guys who are on punt return and kickoff return, many of them are the same guys. And they're devoted. And when that happens and they know it's there, they're going to block that much harder and be that much more skillful, as well as utilizing his talents. And this is what you get. Punt return, kick return, a huge game.
So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. They'll go Madison up the middle. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Off the play fake, here's O'Connell. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Saquon Barkley. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Niners are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for two, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Here's O'Connell. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other...
In trouble, and he's taken down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. He'll look to set up his blockers. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Now here's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man covers are so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
Buying time to his left. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you... on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
from the shotgun. O'Connell. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Draw play, Madison. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Here's O'Connell looking to throw it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
And he'll take it just outside the 40. Have now opened up a 7-touchdown lead. Unbelievable.
Well, if you're into cheesy movies, you would title this one A Half to Remember, wouldn't you? His 2nd return touchdown of the game.
What if I'm not into cheesy movies?
Well, go ahead and get into it, man, because I just did it, and you're going to green light that one. How about those returns? Maybe they ought to think about not kicking him the ball.
Yeah, they might want to go away from him in the future. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Play action. Now O'Connell. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And O'Connell now to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Back to throw, O'Connell. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. But such a costly interception, nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. CeeDee Lamb, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the 49ers just continue to roll. Extra point now by Boswell. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10. And this play is not going to work. He's out of bounds, well shy of the goal line. And the try for 2, unsuccessful. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone, so this will be blown dead. And they'll move it up to the 40. And they'll accept that penalty. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. And they go play action here with O'Connell. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now O'Connell. And the Niners get there and bring him down. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Nick Bosa, that's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It's taken to the 26. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Niners offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. His throw incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Mahomes going to throw. And going deep for Hill. That's caught inside the 20. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 62 yards. And the Niners will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Boswell for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And a good return, but he pays the price at the end. This offense in the first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. O'Connell working from the gun. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Bowers. Now the Raiders going to... the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Madison fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. O'Connell throwing, 3rd and goal. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Carlson able to put this one through. So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board.
And I know the players hate it and the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. Running room at the 50. Look out. He might score. And he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No cloth on the field.
Yeah, no flags. goes, and it's a kickoff return to end the first half.
I can't help it, partner. I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster in the first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. A third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. And, Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Out of the shotgun, here's O'Connell.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That's taken on the 25. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Yellow.
In motion comes the tight end left. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Patrick Mahomes, 25 yards.
And the 49ers are pouring it on. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. The Raiders heading out to take over. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Calling no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
From the gun on 3rd down, O'Connell. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
The 49ers getting set to trot out there. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
And the tight end goes in motion left. On 2nd and 10, Mahomes. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. Touchdown 49ers. Mahomes finding Tyreek Hill. And the Niners get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one. Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So out come the Raiders. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Mahomes now to throw. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now, because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
Escaping the pressure right. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now Mahomes. Steps away to his left. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Dancing to his left. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Touchdown! Saquon Barkley from a yard out.
And the 49ers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. So that is going to tie an NFL record that has stood for more than 70 years. 7 touchdown passes in one game. It was first done by Sid Luckman of the Bears in 1943, then by Adrian Burke of the Eagles in 54, and now that mark equaled here in this one.
Forced out to his left, and this is going to be caught. I'm not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further.
After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Throwing, O'Connell.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. Fielded just inside the 30.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards. The Niners offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continue.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 57 yards.
And the Niners add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And this one. A while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
O'Connell.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. Once that ball was loose, the question was, would this be 2 or would it be 6? It's 6. The defense able to pounce on it.
And for the offense, the training didn't really kick in, did it? Once that ball comes loose, you've got to get on it, make sure that you recover it, or make sure you punch it out of the end zone. Anything but give it to the defense to score a touchdown.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Raiders offense and Aiden O'Connell getting set to take over once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football. Just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
To throw here, O'Connell.
Under pressure, they got him again. Nick Bosa in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7.
Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
And he's able to get it out of there. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield.
Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards.
And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the Raiders' 38-yard line.
A first throw for the backup Jackson. Being chased out left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
CeeDee Lamb.
55 yards.
And the 49ers have got it on cruise control. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CeeDee, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Boswell good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Pat O'Donnell set to kick off.
After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And a good return, but he pays the price at the end of it as he's picked up and thrown down.
Ready. Set.
Here's Ritter.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Now a 2nd and 10. Ritter from the gun.
And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Now it's O'Connell.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Nick Bosa in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with the late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game. Here's A.J. Cole now, standing just outside his own goal line. They bring the pressure as he gets this one away. Returnable here from the 38. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And they'll have a short field to go as this drive starts on the fringe of the red zone at the 20. Throwing is Jackson.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
But Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
A lot of big grins, I think, from people.
Dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
Now Jackson. Rolling to his right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. And that sack brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play. To throw is Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Niners' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point put through by Boswell. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Well, these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Buying time to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
2nd and 10.
Here's Jackson.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here's O'Connell looking to throw it.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. Here's O'Connell.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. Oh, a nice spin. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. A 1st down carry for Barkley.
160 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock. Closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
2nd down, here's Barkley again.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Boswell for the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And did he get the football to break the play? No, he did not. They'll say he's out of bounds shy of the goal line, and they'll be denied on the 2-point conversion.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
And now here come the Raiders.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And O'Connell now to throw.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And the pressure gets to him again.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So that